All right, welcome everyone to a deep dive tailored just for you guys.
Yeah,
All about prepping for that animator job interview.
that's right.
We're talking about a role that blends like creativity and serious technical skills.
Mhm.
And luckily, we have a stack of RoleCatcher resources
Yes, we do.
to help you really stand out.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be diving deep into some actual interview questions
Real questions.
from the RoleCatcher database, and my expert guest is here
Right here.
to offer some seriously insightful advice on how to prep for these things.
That's right. We'll be unpacking what those interviewers are really looking for.
Yeah.
And even brainstorm some potential follow-up questions that you might get.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
first, let's set the stage.
Okay.
What exactly does an animator do?
Right.
And what is that career landscape like?
So RoleCatcher defines an animator as someone who uses software
Okay.
to kind of breathe life into still images to create the illusion of movement.
Right.
And it's a career with a huge creative potential, spanning film, TV, video games, and even cutting-edge fields like VR and AR.
Okay.
The earning potential is definitely there,
Yeah.
but it's important to be aware of the demanding aspects,
Right.
like the long hours and tight deadlines.
VR and AR?
Yeah,
That's fascinating to me.
right.
Imagine creating animations that truly immerse people
Yeah.
in like new worlds.
Exactly.
It makes you think, how could you leverage those technologies in your work?
For sure, and that forward-thinking mindset is what employers are really looking for.
Okay.
And speaking of which, RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How does AI help someone with interview prep?
It goes beyond just finding the jobs.
Yeah.
Like RoleCatcher's AI analyzes job descriptions
Yeah.
to pinpoint the specific skills employers value most.
Okay.
So you can tailor your resume and your portfolio
Okay.
to really hit those marks.
So strategically highlighting the skills
Exactly.
that are most relevant
Yes.
to that specific role.
Exactly. And it goes even further with like AI-powered feedback
Okay.
on practice interview answers.
Okay.
So imagine getting insights on your video recordings
Yeah.
to refine your delivery and your body language.
Wow.
It's like having a virtual coach.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into some of these actual interview questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
First up is a classic.
Okay.
What inspired you to become an animator?
Mm-hmm.
It seems so simple,
Yeah.
but I bet there's more to it than just saying, I like cartoons.
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
This is your chance to really share a genuine personal story.
Yeah.
What specific spark ignited your passion for this?
Yeah.
Was it a film that captivated you as like a child?
Oh.
Or maybe a particular artist's style resonated with you?
Yeah.
Think about the why behind your passion.
Okay.
And be ready for those follow-up questions about,
Right.
your favorite animators
Yeah.
or childhood influences.
So it's about going beyond that surface level,
Exactly.
showing that you have real depth of passion and inspiration.
Absolutely.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
How do you approach creating a storyboard?
Okay.
This sounds like a mix of like technical skills
Mm-hmm.
and creative vision.
Absolutely. Storyboarding is where you visually translate a script or concept
Okay.
into individual scenes.
Okay.
Think of it like a blueprint for the animation.
Sure.
How do you decide on shot composition, camera angles, and character expressions to effectively tell that story?
Right.
The interviewer wants to see that you really understand the narrative element of
Yeah.
animation, not just the technical execution of it.
Yeah.
Be prepared to walk them through a specific storyboard example
Yep.
from your portfolio.
So it's about showcasing your thought process
Mm-hmm.
and how you translate ideas into like visual storytelling.
Yes.
Okay, next up is a question that highlights the fast-paced nature of this industry.
Okay.
How do you stay updated on the latest animation trends and technologies? It feels like things are constantly changing in this field.
You're absolutely right. This question is key
Right.
because it shows your commitment to continuous learning.
Right.
And the RoleCatcher Career Guide actually mentions several resources that you could discuss, like industry blogs like Cartoon Brew or Animation Magazine.
Attending conferences like SIGGRAPH
Oh, yeah, for sure.
would be a great one to mention.
Absolutely.
There's also a ton of content on online forums.
Yes.
Like Blender artists.
Exactly. But go beyond just listing them.
Okay.
How do you actually engage with these resources?
Right.
What new trends or technologies are you most excited about?
Yeah.
Like VR or motion capture?
Right.
This is your chance to demonstrate that you're not just aware of trends,
Mm-hmm.
but actively incorporating them into your work.
It's about showing that you are always pushing yourself to learn and evolve as an animator.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to a question
Okay.
that highlights the importance of teamwork. How do you collaborate with other members of the animation team?
Okay.
I imagine there's a lot of collaboration.
There is. Collaboration is crucial.
Yeah.
Animators rarely work in isolation.
Right.
You'll be interacting with other animators, artists, designers, sound engineers, the whole team.
Wow.
So this question is exploring your interpersonal skills.
Okay.
Can you communicate effectively, give and receive constructive feedback, and navigate creative differences?
Okay.
Be ready to share examples of successful team projects and how you contributed to a positive team dynamic.
So it sounds like being a team player
Yeah.
is just as important as being like a skilled animator.
It goes hand in hand.
Okay, now for a question that really taps into creativity.
Okay.
How do you approach character design?
Right.
This one feels like it goes beyond just drawing like a cool-looking character.
It absolutely does. It's about bringing characters to life
Okay.
with personality and depth. Think about their backstory, their motivations, their quirks.
Okay.
How do these traits inform their appearance, their movement, and expressions?
Wow.
Be ready to discuss your design choices
All right.
and how they contribute to the overall storytelling.
Okay.
A strong portfolio with diverse and well-developed characters is essential here.
It's fascinating how much goes into designing a character
Yeah,
that truly resonates with an audience.
for sure.
Okay, now for a question that I think many creatives struggle with.
Okay.
How do you balance creative freedom with meeting project deadlines and requirements?
Right.
It's that eternal struggle of art meeting deadlines.
You nailed it. This is a question that interviewers pay close attention to because they want to see that you can manage your time, prioritize tasks, and deliver that high-quality work within constraints.
Right.
Explain your time management techniques,
Yeah.
how you approach large projects,
Yeah.
and how you ensure clear communication with clients and team members to keep everyone on track.
Right.
Be prepared to discuss a time when you had to make tough creative compromises
Okay.
to meet a deadline.
So it's about being both creative
Yeah.
and organized. Finding that sweet spot where artistic vision meets project realities.
Exactly.
Okay, next up is a question
Okay.
that gets into the nitty-gritty of animation.
All right.
How do you approach creating realistic and believable animations?
Okay.
This feels very technical.
It is technical, but it's also about capturing the essence of movement and emotion.
Okay.
You need a deep understanding of the principles of animation.
Okay.
Like timing, spacing, weight, all the elements that make movement feel fluid and natural.
Right.
Explain how you use reference materials,
Okay.
like videos or even observing real-life movements to inform your work.
Yeah.
The interviewer wants to see that you go beyond just technical proficiency and strive to create animations that feel truly alive.
So it's about bringing physics and emotion together to create animations that connect with the audience on like a deeper level. Okay, this next question highlights the ever-expanding world of animation.
Okay.
How do you approach creating animations for different platforms and mediums?
Right.
It makes sense that animation for, like, a video game
Yeah.
would be different from animation for a feature film.
Exactly. Every platform has its own
Right.
unique technical specifications, file size limits, and even different aesthetic considerations.
Okay.
So this question tests your adaptability.
Okay.
Are you a versatile animator who can tailor your skills to diverse contexts?
Right.
You could discuss, staying up to date on software for different platforms, like optimizing animations for mobile games, or ensuring those high-quality visuals for a film's big screen.
Yeah.
Be ready to share portfolio examples that demonstrate your experience with various platforms and how you adapted your approach for each.
So it's all about showing that you can think critically and adapt your skills to different creative challenges.
Yes.
Okay, this next question sounds like it's geared toward more senior roles.
Okay.
How do you approach managing a team of animators?
All right.
That feels like a whole other skill set on top of being a great animator.
It certainly is. This question delves into leadership,
Right.
communication, creating that positive work environment.
Right.
They want to know if you can not only create great animations yourself, but inspire and guide others.
Okay.
Discuss your leadership style, how you delegate tasks, provide feedback, and motivate your team to meet deadlines and achieve goals.
So it's about being a mentor and a leader as well as an artist.
Absolutely.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's tap into some of the career insights from RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
All right.
One thing that caught my eye was the section on career stages, from junior animator all the way up to lead animator.
Right.
It's helpful to see that career progression mapped out.
It's a great way to really understand how responsibilities evolve as you gain more experience.
Yeah.
A junior animator might focus on assisting senior animators and learning the ropes as you progress to animator and then senior animator.
Yeah.
You take on more complex projects, maybe even lead smaller teams, and mentor junior animators. Finally, as a lead animator, you're overseeing the entire animation team.
Wow.
Collaborating with directors and pushing those boundaries of what's possible in animation.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It really shows that there's like a clear path for growth and advancement in this field.
Yeah.
And it highlights the importance of continuous learning and skill development.
Absolutely. The guide stresses the need to stay updated on trends and technologies, seek feedback, and constantly refine your skills to stay competitive.
Right.
It also emphasizes networking, attending industry events, connecting with other animators online, collaborating on projects can open doors to new opportunities and help you build valuable relationships.
And of course, having a strong portfolio is essential.
It's your calling card.
Right.
It showcases your skills, your experience, and your creativity to those potential employers.
Right.
Make sure it's well organized, features your best work, and is tailored to those specific jobs you're applying for.
Before we dive into more questions, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher's AI-powered feedback.
Yes.
It sounds like a game changer for interview prep.
It is.
Really?
It analyzes your practice interview answers, provides personalized feedback even on your video recordings.
Wow.
It helps you refine your delivery and body language, highlighting areas for improvement, and it's tailored to that specific job you're applying for.
Wow.
Using insights from those job descriptions we talked about earlier.
So it's like having a virtual coach who can give you that extra edge.
For sure.
Okay, ready for some more questions?
Bring them on. Okay, let's jump back into some of those interview questions.
Okay.
Next up is, describe your experience working with different animation software and techniques.
Okay.
This is where you really get to showcase that technical expertise.
Yeah, it's your chance to show them you've got the skills to bring those animations to life.
Precisely list the software you're proficient in.
Right.
Autodesk Maya, Adobe After Effects, Blender, Toon Boom Harmony. And be specific about the techniques you've mastered.
Okay.
Don't just name drop the software.
Right.
Explain how you've applied those skills in like real projects.
So if I've used Maya for character animation, I could talk about how I used inverse kinematics for like realistic joint movement.
Perfect example.
Okay.
The interviewer wants to see that you have a deep understanding of the tools and techniques. They might even ask you to compare and contrast different software or techniques and explain why you prefer one over another for specific projects.
So it's about demonstrating that you're not just a button pusher, but you understand the nuances of different tools and when to use them.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's move on to a question that tests your problem-solving skills.
Okay.
How do you approach problem-solving in your animation work?
Okay.
Things don't always go smoothly.
Right? Definitely not. This question is all about your critical thinking.
Okay.
Your ability to adapt and your resourcefulness when you're faced with a challenge.
Okay.
Share an example of a time when you encountered like a technical hurdle.
Right.
Or a creative roadblock and how you overcame it.
For example, maybe I had to figure out how to make a character's hair flow naturally in the wind.
Yeah.
Or find a new way to animate a complex scene under a tight deadline.
Those are great examples.
Okay.
Walk them through your thought process.
Right.
Did you research different techniques? Did you consult with colleagues or online resources? Did you experiment until you found a solution? Right.
They want to see you're like a proactive problem solver who doesn't give up easily.
So it's about showing them that you can think on your feet and find creative solutions.
Exactly.
Okay, now for that classic question that always makes me a little nervous.
Okay.
What are your strengths and weaknesses as an animator? It's that tricky balance of being confident, but also acknowledging areas for growth.
It's a common question for a reason.
Yeah.
They want to assess your self-awareness, your honesty, and your willingness to learn.
Okay.
Be genuine and authentic.
Right.
Highlight your strengths with specific examples. And when addressing weaknesses, choose something you're actively working to improve.
So I could say something like, I'm very detail-oriented with a strong understanding of anatomy and movement, which was crucial when I animated the lead character for a short film.
Perfect.
And for a weakness, I might say time management can be a challenge, but I'm implementing new strategies to stay organized and meet deadlines.
Those are excellent examples.
It shows that you're self-aware and committed to continuous improvement.
Right.
Now let's tackle another tricky one.
Okay.
What are your salary expectations?
Ooh, yeah, this one always feels a bit uncomfortable to discuss.
It's definitely a question that requires some preparation.
Yeah.
Research the average salary range for animators with your level of experience in your area.
Okay.
Websites like Glassdoor and Salary.com are helpful resources.
Right.
Don't be afraid to give a range rather than a specific number.
Yeah.
This allows for some flexibility during negotiations.
Okay.
So you could say, based on my research and experience, I'm seeking a salary in the range of X to Y.
Right.
And be prepared to justify your expectations by highlighting your skills, your experience, and the unique contributions you can bring to the role.
Now, here's your chance to turn the tables and interview the interviewer.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us?
This is your opportunity to gather information and show that you're genuinely interested. Ask questions that demonstrate you've done your research and you want to learn more about the company culture, the team, the project, and potential growth opportunities.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask the interviewer about their own experiences working at the company. It's a great way to build rapport and get an insider's perspective.
It's a chance to see if this is the right fit for me as well.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk long-term vision.
Okay.
What are your long-term career goals?
This question is about showcasing your ambition.
Okay.
And how this role fits into your overall career trajectory.
Right.
Talk about where you see yourself in 5 or 10 years.
Okay.
Do you aspire to lead a team specialized in a particular animation style?
Right.
Or maybe even start your own studio one day.
So it's about showing, I'm not just looking for a job, but a career path.
Exactly. Be specific about the steps you'll take to achieve those goals.
Okay.
Do you want to master new software take on more challenging projects? Mentor other animators? It shows you're not just dreaming, but actively planning for your future.
It's all about taking those dreams and turning them into actionable goals.
Absolutely.
All right, now for a question that delves into interpersonal skills.
Okay.
Describe a time you had to deal with a difficult client or colleague.
Right.
This feels like it could be a minefield.
It can be tricky, but it's a great opportunity to demonstrate your professionalism and your ability to handle challenging situations. Focus on the situation itself and how you approached it constructively.
Right.
Choose an example where you successfully resolved a conflict or found a compromise.
So if I had a client who kept changing the brief or a colleague who wasn't contributing their fair share, I could talk about how I approached those situations.
Exactly. Yeah. Discuss the steps you took to address the issue.
Right.
Did you communicate clearly and respectfully?
Yeah.
Did you actively listen to their perspective? Did you find a solution that met everyone's needs? It's about showing you can navigate those interpersonal challenges and maintain positive working relationships.
Yeah. Next up, a question that requires some vulnerability.
Right.
Tell me about a time you failed and what you learned from it.
Okay.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
But it's about how we learn and grow from them.
Exactly. Choose a relevant example, but focus on the lessons learned.
Okay.
And how you applied them to your work moving forward.
Right.
Don't dwell on the negative.
Okay.
Highlight that growth mindset.
So I could discuss a time I missed the deadline.
Yeah.
Because I underestimated the scope of a project. But I learned to break down large projects, communicate more effectively with my team, and manage my time better.
That's a great example. It shows you take responsibility.
Right.
Learn from your mistakes and strive to improve.
Now let's shift to a more personal question.
Okay.
What are your passions outside of animation?
Okay.
This one feels like it's about letting my personality shine through and showing I'm a well-rounded individual.
Exactly. It's a chance to connect with the interviewer on a personal level.
Okay.
And demonstrate the breadth of your interests.
Right.
Talk about your hobbies, your passions.
Yeah.
Whether it's photography, music, travel, anything that brings you joy and inspiration.
Okay.
You can even connect those passions back to your work as an animator.
If I'm passionate about photography, I can mention how it informs my understanding of composition, lighting, and visual storytelling.
That's a great connection.
Okay.
It shows you're a multifaceted individual whose diverse interests really enrich your creative perspective.
Right.
Now, for a question that feels like the ultimate pitch,
Yeah.
why should we hire you?
This is my closing argument. It's about summarizing all my skills and experience.
Yes.
And convincing them I'm the perfect fit.
Exactly. Reiterate your key strengths,
Right.
highlight relevant experience, and emphasize your enthusiasm for the role and the company. Be confident and concise in your response.
All right, now let's step back and look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the current state of the animation industry?
All right.
This is where I can demonstrate I'm not just technically skilled, but also engaged with the industry's trends and challenges.
Talk about what excites you.
You're right.
The rise of new technologies like VR and AR.
Yeah.
The growing demand for animated content across different platforms. The increasing diversity and representation in animation.
Okay.
But also, be honest about the challenges.
Right.
The pressure of tight deadlines.
Yeah.
Competition from overseas animators.
Right.
The need to constantly adapt to new technologies.
So it's about showing that I'm aware of both the opportunities and the challenges facing the industry.
Precisely. And it's a chance to discuss how you plan to navigate those challenges.
Okay.
Continuous learning, building strong networks, advocating for fair working conditions.
Now let's shift gears. Tell me about a project you're particularly proud of and why.
This is your chance to showcase your best work.
Yeah.
And share the story behind the animation.
Right.
Choose a project that highlights your skills, your creativity, and your passion.
Okay.
Walk them through the process. What challenges did you face? How did you overcome them?
Right.
What key decisions did you make?
Yeah.
What are you most proud of in the final product?
Okay.
Don't hold back on your enthusiasm.
Right.
Let your passion shine through.
It's all about bringing that project to life and sharing the creative journey.
Absolutely.
Okay, now for a question that emphasizes collaboration.
Okay.
How do you approach giving and receiving feedback?
Okay.
Feedback is essential for growth in any creative field.
It's crucial in animation.
Yeah.
They want to see that you can handle constructive criticism gracefully.
Right.
And are open to learning from others.
Okay.
When discussing giving feedback, highlight your ability to be clear, specific, and respectful. When discussing receiving feedback, emphasize your willingness to listen.
Right.
Consider different perspectives and incorporate suggestions to improve your work.
Okay.
So instead of saying, that animation looks weird, you might say, I noticed that the character's walk cycle feels a bit stiff. Maybe we could adjust the timing and spacing of the keyframes for a more fluid movement.
Perfect.
Be ready to share specific examples.
Okay.
They might ask about a time you received difficult feedback and how you handled it.
Now for a question that's a bit more fun.
Okay.
What are your favorite animated films or TV shows?
All right.
This is where I can geek out a little and bond with the interviewer over a shared love of animation.
Exactly, but it's also a chance to demonstrate your knowledge of animation history and your appreciation for different styles and techniques. Talk about films or shows that have inspired you, pushed boundaries, or simply entertained you.
Okay.
Be ready to explain what resonates with you. Is it the animation style, the storytelling, the characters?
So it's not just about listing favorites, but demonstrating an understanding and appreciation for the art form.
Exactly.
Okay, now for a question that gets to the heart of animation.
Okay.
What do you think makes a great animation?
This is where you showcase your understanding of those core principles that make animation captivating. It's not just technical proficiency. It's about storytelling emotion and connecting with the audience.
Right.
Discuss what you consider essential for great animation. Strong characters, a compelling plot, a clear theme, a satisfying resolution.
Okay.
Be sure to mention specific examples that embody those qualities.
So it's about going beyond the technical and talking about those elements that make animation truly memorable.
Yes.
Now back to the future.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
All right.
This feels similar to the long-term goals question, but with a shorter time frame.
Exactly. It's about showing you have a clear vision for your professional development within that 5-year window.
Okay.
Talk about the skills you want to hone.
Yeah.
The types of projects you aspire to work on, and the level of responsibility you aim to achieve.
Okay, so I could say something like, in 5 years, I see myself as a senior animator leading a team on innovative projects. I want to deepen my 3D character animation expertise, explore VR, and mentor junior animators.
That's a great response.
Okay.
It shows ambition, focus, and a commitment to growth.
Okay, now for another common interview question.
Okay.
Tell me about a time you had to work under pressure.
Right.
This one's relevant for any job.
Yeah.
But especially important in animation with its tight deadlines.
Exactly. They want to know that you can handle stress,
Mm-hmm.
prioritize and deliver quality work when the pressure's on.
Right.
Choose an example that highlights your ability to stay calm, manage your time, and communicate effectively with your team. Maybe you had to finish a complex animation sequence overnight.
Right.
Or juggle multiple projects without compromising quality.
Mm-hmm.
Share the strategies you use to manage that pressure.
So it's about demonstrating resilience and resourcefulness.
Absolutely.
Okay, now for a question that's very current.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the use of artificial intelligence in animation?
Right.
AI is becoming more prevalent, and they want to gauge my perspective on its impact.
Mm-hmm. It's about demonstrating that you're not just skilled, but also informed and engaged with industry trends.
Right.
Discuss both the potential benefits and challenges of AI in animation.
Okay.
The benefits might include automating tasks, opening up new creative possibilities, and making animation more accessible.
Yeah.
The challenges might include job security concerns, ethical considerations of AI-generated art, and the need for responsible AI implementation.
So it's about having a thoughtful and nuanced perspective on this rapidly evolving technology.
Sure.
Okay, here's a question about adaptability.
Okay.
Tell me about a time you had to learn a new skill quickly.
All right.
The animation industry is constantly evolving.
Mm-hmm.
So being a quick learner is a valuable asset.
Absolutely. Choose an example that shows you can readily adapt to new software techniques or workflows.
Okay.
Maybe you learned a new animation software for a project or mastered a new skill like motion capture or 3D modeling.
Mm-hmm.
Explain the steps you took to learn that new skill.
Okay.
Did you take online courses, read tutorials, practice on personal projects, or seek guidance from experienced colleagues?
It's about showcasing like a proactive learning style and a dedication to professional development.
Exactly.
Okay, let's wrap up this question marathon with one that goes to the core of animation.
All right.
What are your thoughts on the importance of storytelling in animation?
This is the foundation of any great animation, and they want to see that you understand that. Discuss what makes a good story. Strong characters, a compelling plot, a clear theme, a satisfying resolution.
Yeah.
You can even mention specific examples that demonstrate effective storytelling.
So it's about going beyond the technical aspects and emphasizing the emotional impact and meaning behind the animation.
Exactly. Now we've come full circle back to, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, this is my final chance to make a good impression and show my genuine interest.
Absolutely.
It's about being curious and asking insightful questions that demonstrate I've done my research and want to learn more.
Precisely. Ask about the company culture, the team, the project, or the opportunities for growth.
Right.
Don't hesitate to inquire about the interviewer's personal experience working at the company.
Okay.
It's a great way to connect and gain valuable insights.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
It's incredible how much goes into preparing for an animation interview.
Yeah.
But RoleCatcher's AI-powered feedback can give me that extra boost I need to refine my answers and present my best self.
It's like having a personalized coach in your corner.
Right.
Guiding you every step of the way.
Yeah.
Remember, preparation is key, but don't forget to let your passion shine through.
You've been an amazing guide through this interview jungle.
My pleasure.
You've given us so much to think about from all these questions and insights.
Yeah.
What stands out to you as like the most crucial thing for an animator to convey in an interview?
It's fascinating because while the technical skills are absolutely essential, it's really the animator's unique perspective, passion and dedication to storytelling that truly makes them stand out.
Right.
And if we connect this to like the bigger picture, animation is about breathing life into ideas and evoking emotions through visuals. Interviewers want to see that spark, that drive to connect with an audience.
It's like you can teach someone the software, but you can't teach them heart.
Exactly. And remember, interviewers are also looking for someone who's a pleasure to work with, someone who's collaborative, eager to learn, and brings positive energy to the team.
So it's about the whole package.
Yes.
Talent, passion, and a great attitude.
It really is.
Now that you've gotten a taste of the animator career path, or what it takes to succeed, what excites you the most?
Oh, that's a great question.
What are your next steps?
So think about what resonated with you the most from the RoleCatcher guides.
Okay.
Was it a particular animation style, a specific software, or a dream project that you envision yourself working on?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on to that excitement and let it fuel your next steps.
I love that. And remember, RoleCatcher has a ton of resources.
Tons.
To support you on your journey.
Absolutely.
Be sure to check out the full career guide and interview guide we've been discussing.
Yes.
They're packed with even more in-depth insights, tips, and links to valuable resources.
They're a fantastic starting point for anyone serious about pursuing a career in animation.
They're rooting for you.
Yes.
Go out there and animate your dreams